Hello, everyone. Well, today is Saturday. I'm trying to hold this cough back. So if it goes, I'm sorry. But anyway, today is the April the 4th, I believe. April the 4th or April the 5th? I'm confused. April the 5th, I think, actually, because it's Saturday. Yep, April the 5th. April the 4th was yesterday. I get mixed up a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. But anyway. So, welcome. This is Into the Dell with me, Gail Odell. And I'm sorry, I usually have my camera down a little bit. There we go. That's better. That way you're not getting like directly in my face, and I don't feel like I'm like invading you guys or anything like that. So, it's a little bit more. There we go. But yes, it is Into the Dell. Like I said, Saturday the 5th. 2025 of April. And we can tell it's definitely April because of all the rain we're getting. It is I think it started, maybe technically I guess it started Wednesday time frame. That sounds about right. It started with some tornado storms, and then it got a little bit cooler, and now we're just going directly into rain. Nothing but rain today. I think the rain, I don't know what time the rain exactly started this morning, but it's just been going non-stop. I thought maybe we get a break in the rain, for a little bit, so I try to prolong my me going to Walmart today because it's the weekend and we needed groceries, so I was trying to put that off as long as I could, in hopes that maybe the rain would let up, and it's not letting up, so I just had to suck it up and go. But I will show you guys something. So I got two of them now. McDonald's has these. I don't know if you've seen them or not. I'm showing you guys my empty box, so oh well. But they got the new Minecraft adult Happy Meals. So there you go, the adult Happy Meal Minecraft. I've got two of them now, and then Angela's got two other ones, so we may put ours together. I want to see if she wants to. If she wants to do it that way, then we've only got two left to get in the entire set. Between my two and her two, we've got four of the entire set right now. So I'll show you mine. So it comes in this wrapper again, just like the before. And you get a card on each one, just like their other ones. So you got that guy. So I usually don't try to look at the card until I open it up, and then I'll look at the card, because the card's kind of a dead giveaway of what you got. But anyway, so there's what I got. So Minecraft. A Minecraft guy, because that's what they're going with. So Minecraft McDonald's guys. So we got that one, and then I believe this one was a drink. And then, if I'm not mistaken too, you can use these actually in Minecraft, because it's got like a little thingy here on the back of these cards, so I think you can actually use these. If you play Minecraft, I think you can actually use these in the game, but don't quote me on that. So, alright, so here's the soda that I got. So there's the soda. So that was really cool. That was the first one I got. That one I got Friday. I think that's when they started these, is like Friday. So, there you go. So, I don't know if Martha Maynard knows yet. And there's my Martha Maynard mention. So, if he doesn't, just letting you know right now, dude, go up there to McDonald's and get you some. They're really cool. $10 meals, but you get like nuggets or what you call it. You can either get nuggets or a Big Mac. I've been getting nuggets, so, but there you go. That's really cool. And then whatever I don't eat of my nuggets, I usually give to Daisy or whatever, because she likes to eat some of that too. So I assume it's okay. It's chicken, but it doesn't have the bone in it, so I assume it's okay for it. But at any rate, so we got that, and then going into so I guess that's what I got to show y'all as far as that goes, and then going into the WWE, for SmackDown news. We've got I don't know if it was the first match of the night, but I'm just saying. I may not necessarily go in order on this, but it's just basically the important things that I thought, the things I thought was important from SmackDown, rather than going over the whole thing. But basically, first off, BFAB took on Naomi, due to Naomi kind of like jump attacking her the previous SmackDown. Naomi got the W. Wasn't an easy win for her by any means, but she did end up getting the W. Which right after that, she calls out Jade Cargill. Cargill comes sneaking up behind her, from out of nowhere, basically. Drop kicks Naomi and starts kicking her ass. Naomi rolls out of the ring. About that time, I think basically the WWE guards, or what do you want to call them, they come into the ring and they're trying to. I don't know why they're trying to separate the two, because one's in the ring, one's out of the ring, but whatever. Actually, because Jade Cargill was about to hit her Jaded on Naomi just before they came into the ring, so they did separate the two. So one was in the ring, one was out of the ring. That's how it went. I remember now. And then Jade Cargill started kicking all the asses of all those guards, and yeah, that's when I forgot his name now, but the big guy for WWE, for SmackDown, he comes out and he makes it official that Naomi and Jade Cargill will face each other at WrestleMania, which we kind of already figured, but now it's official, right? So Fatu and Braun Strowman were in a that match was awesome, by the way. But it was a last man standing match, which I think is very fitting for those two, because I mean the way they go after each other. Fatu won the match, but just barely. He just barely won, but he did win it, fair and square. So Fatu will face LA Knight for the U.S. Title. I don't know if that's going to be WrestleMania, though, or if that's just a regular fight on SmackDown. I'm assuming it's just a regular fight on SmackDown. I think it should be a WrestleMania match, but I don't think that's what they're going to do with it. Time will tell. But, yeah, there's that. And then Kevin Owens actually has been suffering an injury. I think this is a for real neck injury. I don't think this is something that was fabricated by Kevin Owens or whatever, from the sound of it. He genuinely, or how do you want to say it, he actually injured his neck. I'm assuming it was in that fight between him and Zayn a few, like a month back, because he said it happened about for the last 4 weeks now. So I was like, okay, well then a month ago you and Zayn were in like a big a big match where y'all were destroying anything and everything you could at each other. But so he suffered a neck injury. I'm assuming that one's probably for real. So he will not be competing at WrestleMania due to that, and he's going to go under neck surgery starting next week. So right now Kevin Owens is out indefinitely. He will be back. I hope he'll be back. Neck injuries can be pretty serious, but hopefully he will be back. But right now he is out indefinitely, and that means that Randy Orton does not have a WrestleMania match. which Nick Aldis, that's who it is, Nick Aldis, who made the WrestleMania thing official with Jade Cargill and Naomi. He's out there to officially tell Randy Orton. Well, first he's out there to officially address everybody and let Kevin Owens come out and tell everybody that he had a neck injury. And then, of course, Aldis is still out there and tells Randy Orton, says, yeah, so officially you no longer have a WrestleMania match. In which case, Randy Orton RKO's him out of spite, I guess. And yeah, so now the question is, will Randy Orton, will they do something there for that match not happening now? Will Randy Orton get a match against somebody else? Time will tell on that too, but I'd say he probably will. I don't know who he'll face at WrestleMania, but I have a feeling that Randy Orton will have a match. So it could be against somebody that's going after Cody Rhodes. We don't know. But it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And then, oh yeah, and then for the last thing of the night, so the final so for the favor for CM Punk by the Wise Man. I guess it came as a surprise to the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins kind of seen it coming. I saw it coming too, but it is what it is. So CM Punk, basically, he stated that Paul Heyman will be in his corner and not in the Tribal Chief's corner during that match as a favor to CM Punk. In which case, Paul Heyman said, Roman Reigns tried to say, tell him that he's full of crap, you're not going to do that. Paul Heyman said, I cannot do that, Tribal Chief, because he does owe a favor, and he's sticking to the favor that he is owing CM Punk. Now, as to whether he'll be in CM Punk's corner after this match is still to be determined, but he will, without a doubt, be helping him out through that match. So we'll see how everything plays out there. Other than that, that's pretty much all I got. But I am going to address, just to clear everything up or whatever, because it's so much easier doing it, out loud than it is texting and messaging everybody and doing it that way or whatever. So I was just going to address Martha Maynard's video, because I do know that they have plans to go to St. Louis. And the sound of it is they really want, or they're trying to get Angela and I to go with. And right now, I think he asked us if we would, cause I guess June didn't work out, so now they're thinking maybe possibly July. And right now, for me anyway, I don't know yet. I don't, because I haven't been able to talk to Angela on that whole thing yet. So my answer to them is I don't know. And I'd have to look at the calendar at work too to decide on all of that after I talk to Angela, because I'm just going to explain to you guys. So my work site's a little bit different. Back in January, we already got our vacation back in January. You get it every January 1st. You get your vacation, your 2 weeks of vacation for the entire year. Now, how you decide to use it is totally up to you. They have a calendar up front where the lead is. And then everybody puts in, whenever they want to or whatever, they put in when they want to use their vacation. And the thing of it is, when one person in your area uses vacation for that particular week or whatever, you can't use, or you can't go on the same week that they go, if that makes any sense. So that way you've got enough people covering the line. So that being said, I've already got my time off for May, the first week of May, and also for the last week of October. That's what I decided to put in for. So that's in her calendar. Now, since it's not on the official calendar, the official work calendar that is approved by the supervisor, I can still go in and change those days if I want to. But when I go in to change them, I have to go back and look at the calendar and see if anybody else asked off for those days. And like I said, and then on top of that, I need to talk to Angela because I've already told her what my days off were. So then I'll go back in and talk to her and let her know that I may be changing those and see if she's okay with that, or if she wants to do that on that date or not, and go from there. I think if we do go, it will probably just be me going. I don't know if Angela will be able to go too, because she's kind of using some of her vacation for something else. So that's more family oriented, so which I totally understand. But nevertheless, I still want to get her opinion on everything and go over all that with her because she is my fiance. So I got to do the right thing there. But yeah, so that's where I stand right now. Other than that, now he did say what he was going to in May. And I forgot the name of the hotel. I think it's St. George. St. George Hotel is where Angela and I are going. That first weekend in May. So that Friday, May the 2nd, that night, we have booked us room, I believe it's room 302. If I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken on the number, so if it's off, just bear with me. But anyway, it's called the St. George Hotel. It's up in... I'll get more information about it when I get up there, or as it gets closer. But it's around St. Joseph, Missouri. It's not in St. Joe, but it's right around that area. And this is... I believe that hotel has been up since the 1800s. Since the 1820s, 1850s, somewhere in there. So it's been around for a long time. And the room that Angela and I booked has a ghost of a child that appears in that room. He'll appear into that room and the room next door. And it is said, too, that he has been known to take objects from guests. So, in which case, I told Angela, I said, my plan is when we go, because we are talking about a child from the 1800s, and I'm assuming he's maybe around 7, 8 years old, somewhere in there, or he would be. So, I told her I'm thinking I'm going to try to look around and see if I can find an old toy horse, or a new toy horse, it doesn't matter, but a toy horse that we can bring with us, and then have that put up, somewhere on a countertop or whatever. That way, hopefully, if he does take objects, he'll take that one. That one we're going to leave for him anyway, so he can have that one and leave our stuff alone, generally. Kind of like a peace offering. Like, here, you can have this, just leave our stuff alone. This is your toy. This is what you can play with. I mean, we still want to, if you still want to talk with us or visit with us or whatever, you're more than welcome to, but, for the night. But this is your toy. We don't want you taking our stuff. And, and also when we go to leave in the morning, you can have the toy, but you're staying here. We're not taking you with us, but you can have the toy kind of thing. So, but anyway, we're hoping that we're looking for we're getting all of our equipment together now, and we're getting ready we're going to start getting ready for that part of our vacation in the next couple weeks. So we're really excited about that. That is booked. And then we're thinking about going to another haunted hotel Depending on how this goes with Martha Maynor and his crew. But we're also, Angela and I are thinking about another haunted hotel we might go to in October. That last weekend in October for Halloween. But we're thinking about, there's one hotel in Blackwater that we're considering. The only thing is it doesn't have a television. They don't have TVs or anything like that in there. It's pretty much, but each room has like its own railroad theme, because Blackwater goes pretty close. The city of Blackwater, Missouri, or the town, it's not too far from the railroad. So each room has like a railroad theme. And, but yeah, from what I gathered, each room or different places throughout the hotel have their own haunted experiences in there. I couldn't really find a whole lot about the ghost stories themselves, so I'm still trying to find information about that. But that was one place that we're kind of considering. I think there's one or two hotels in Kansas City that are supposedly haunted that we're thinking about. And then there were a couple right around Springfield that we were thinking about. So, again, nothing set in stone on those yet. We haven't booked anything yet. We're just thinking about it right now and seeing what we want to do. But, and then going on from there. So, I just know right now, Angela and I are really, really excited about going to the St. George Hotel around St. Joseph. So, I already asked Martha Maynor if he wants to go, or just told him, like, hey, if you want to go on that date, you're more than welcome to. If him and Mary Lee and Sean just want to meet us at that hotel, like if they booked a room or whatever, and they just want to meet us and hang around for a little bit that night. And then the next day, we all just kind of go and do our own thing. We can do that too. I don't care. Because I told them that the next day, which is May the 3rd, that Saturday, that's also free comic book day. So Angela and I are going to be going around. I'm getting my nerd on, so to speak. Going around and checking out, different comic book stores for comic book day. But we're also going to do some sightseeing while we're up that way, because we're not generally around St. Joe that often. So we'll definitely do some sightseeing on our way back. So there's that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we're going to do but I think that's what we're doing Saturday. And then Sunday is Star Wars Day. That would be May the 4th, Sunday. So I know for that day, we're planning on watching the Star Wars movies, hanging around the house, watching Star Wars movies. And then on top of that, there's some tattoo artists around Knob Noster that are doing special tattoos for Star Wars Day. So we're probably going to go up there and see what they got. Maybe order us some special drinks that day too from Starbucks for Star Wars Day. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. And then May the 5th, I know for May the 5th, we're probably going to go to El Tapatio in Sedalia for lunch and have us some nice Mexican dinner. And then we're going to come back here and watch some really cool movies. I'm thinking we're going to watch The Three Amigos. I know we're sounding American here, but we're going to watch The Three Amigos. And then we're going to watch, I'm trying to name names of them now. But there's two Disney animation movies. I want to say El Canto is one of them, but I can't remember. El Canto. Anyway, one where that one that one sister's like really strong and she can lift up the house. I forgot the name of the movie, but anyway, you all probably know what I'm talking about. El Enchanta or El Enchanto. And then I can't think of the name of the other one, but basically where it's animation movie, more or less about the Day of the Dead in Mexico, how they celebrate the Day of the Dead. He goes after this guitar of an artist that's gone, and because music doesn't exist in his family, but yet he wants to go and pursue music. But anyway, so we're watching those movies on that day as well. So that, I think that's our plan for that Monday the 5th, and then Tuesday the 6th. We're basically I think the 6th and the 7th. Well, basically the rest of the week in May, we're basically just going to go sightseeing or hang around the house, one of the two. But anyway, we know what we're doing at least for that first bit, so we're still planning out the rest of it. But I think we're going to have a lot of fun on our vacation, without a doubt. So we're definitely looking forward to it. So that being said, I want to show y'all one more thing before I get into the question. Here we go. I got this today. We got it framed. So there it is. Hopefully y'all can see it. But there's that photo from when I got engaged to Angela. So that is her Nana that recently passed away. She was there for that day. So got that, and then I don't know if y'all can see him because of the curtain there, but that Batman right there, that Build-A-Bear Batman, I actually got that yesterday. I got that, and basically out of respect for the actor who I forgot his name now, but the actor who plays Iceman, who passed away. So because he also played Batman, and he also played in Tombstone. Personally, I would have rather had a Build-A-Bear that looked like Doc Holliday or Iceman, but they don't have those, so that really wasn't much of an option. So I took Batman. So, I mean, I got Batman at least. I'm happy. But yeah, there's that. There's that. We had a really, really fun day yesterday. I finally got a Nook. So I've got, being that I got that now I told Angela I'm going to start downsizing my other books, getting rid of all of my other books. So that way when we do get a house and move out of here, then we don't have to take all that stuff with us. Like I can get rid of a lot of that and get a lot of this stuff downsized. But, yeah. So, all right, getting into it. Questions of the day. So, let's get into it. First off, April. The month of April. Let's see here. So we got the April the 3rd and the 4th. My favorite smell is... I would say my favorite smell is like when you come in and like the kitchen smells like fresh cinnamon rolls. Like someone's been, baking. It's like fresh cinnamon rolls or cookies, something like that. But something's like freshly baked and it just smells so good. That's my favorite smell. Without a shadow of a doubt, I would go with that one. Right when you first walk in the kitchen, you just smell that and you're like, oh yeah, it smells like heaven. So I'm going with that one. Describe your worst overreaction. My worst overreaction? I don't know. Because here's the thing. I have had overreactions before. I can't say I haven't. But I can't think of a time where I really, really, really overreacted. I guess I can, but not to that degree, if it makes sense. Like, yes, I've overreacted. We have all done that. Time and time again, we've all done it. But I can't think of where I really went to the extreme in overreacting. I just can't think of anything. I know there's times when my anxiety gets the best of me to where I have to just drive for. I know it would, to the point where I guess maybe if that counts as overreaction, I don't know. It's, to me, it's just a side effect from anxiety. I know there's been times where I had to go out and just walk for a little bit to calm down, or I had to go for a drive just to calm down. So but again, I don't know if that counts as overreaction. It's just me having anxiety. And I had a lot worse at that time than what I do now. Now I still get anxiety, but I don't think it's near that bad. I haven't had that to that point where I've had to walk, go for a walk or a drive any time recently. So, all right, getting into my other questions to see what we got here. Answer a few of these anyway. What was the last thing you dressed in costume as? The Doctor from Doctor Who. I dressed up as him when we went to Comic-Con, so that was the last thing I dressed up as. And I'm planning on doing, there's a cosplay for HopeCon coming up in April, so I plan on dressing up for that as well. What is the funniest pet name you've ever heard? Probably Moon Pie. I know it's a dessert, but still, or a snack, but still, to hear someone called that is kind of funny to me. Mainly because my mind doesn't go to the snack. My mind goes to something else. I won't say, but anyway, Moon Pie or Twinkie. Twinkie definitely goes somewhere else. Are you much of a thrill seeker? To a point, because like I said, I would say I am, because I go on paranormal investigations, so I don't know, I get my thrills that way. I love doing that, so I guess I am a thrill seeker, at least to a certain extent. Do you wake up with a smile? No, not usually. I don't wake up with a frown either, necessarily. I just wake up and start rubbing my eyes and trying to figure out where the hell I am. And then once I figure out where the hell I'm at, because I've been dreaming all night, then I might have a smile or a frown. But up until then, I don't have anything yet. So, what is your favorite piece of jewelry? I don't really wear any jewelry, so I can't say what my favorite piece is. Actually, you know what? I have a ring in there from that's the Lord of the Rings ring, so I'm going to go with that one. That one's my favorite. I don't really wear it, but that's my favorite one. Have you ever entered a talent contest? What was your act? Actually, I did. Back in high school, and my talent was rapping. I was kind of getting into rap music, although I looking back now, because I tried to do my own rap song, and I failed miserably because I didn't really practice enough like I should have. What I should have done was I should have went with Linkin Park, because I knew that. The end song, I could rap that one really well. I knew all the lines. I should have done that one. It would have been great if I did that one. I did not do that one. I failed. But at least I tried. So, That is one thing I will give myself props for. At least I tried at it. Have you ever faked your way through something? If so, what? I would say in a way, yeah. I always kind of fake it till I make it, right? that's the saying, right? Fake it till you make it. So yeah, I'd say at first, I don't know if I'm necessarily faking it. It's just people ask me, "Hey, do you got this down?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know if I do or not, but I'm gonna give it a shot." So, if that's faking it, then I'm faking it. But you know what? That's how you learn is practice, or by doing. You can't learn just sitting on the sidelines. It doesn't work that way. How long do you think you'll live? I guess that's going to be my last one. How long do I think I'll live? Till I'm 90. Hell, why not? I'm going to push for 90. Even though I eat a lot of McDonald's, I'm still going to push for 90. Y'all laugh now, but I tell you what. Y'all wait. I'll probably make it. So there you go. Alright, going into this Missouri Day of History. Let's see what we got here for the Missouri Day of History. We just got 2 days, and then I am done with this. And I'll do another video tomorrow. At least I think I will. I don't know if I got anything really to talk about tomorrow. If I don't record one tomorrow, I will on Monday. How about that? If not tomorrow, Monday. Let's see here what we got for April. April O'Neil. Alright, so we talked about those already. I need the 3rd and the 4th. Well, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I guess. I forgot, today's the 5th. I need to go back over one more question, then, don't I? On that black book. Alright, we will. And then we'll go back. Alright, because I about missed it. I do apologize. Let's see here. I knew that, and then I was like... Alright, so one more question from the black book, and then we'll get started on Missouri Day. Is there life in other planets, on other planets, or alien presence somewhere? I believe so. I'll put it this way. I think after seeing everything that I saw, like since we were younger and knowing about all the other planets and solar systems that are out there, and then, of course, being reminded about all that when we were in college, it's hard for me to believe that with all of that life only exists on Earth. I can't believe that. I believe that there is life outside of Earth. I don't know what that life looks like. I wouldn't have the slightest idea. I couldn't tell you, I couldn't tell you much, but I will tell you that. I do believe that without a shadow of a doubt, we are definitely not the only ones in the universe. There's got to be more. Alright, so now, going into this. So we got April the 3rd first. On April the 3rd, Jesse James was killed. Well, this is going back to 1882. Jesse James was killed in St. Joseph. So, basically... I know the story really well. It is said that Ford and... I'm trying to think of his first name. It doesn't put his name in here. Yeah, it does. Robert Ford. Robert Ford and Jesse James were talking in the room. We don't really know what led them up to having a conversation, but it was at the Jesse James house. It wasn't at his homestead, but it was at a house that they were staying at. There's a picture up on the wall, and Jesse James got up on the wall, or basically standing up in a chair. He put his guns down. His guns were down on a countertop or whatever next to him. But he was standing up in a chair to readjust a picture that was up on the wall, knowing fully well that Robert Ford had his guns. Robert Ford then shot Jesse James from behind in the back of the head, killing Jesse James instantly. That was all she wrote for Jesse James. Yeah, Ford then, he alerted the governor. Basically, just Thomas grinning about the incident. Ford was in charge with the murder, sentenced to hang, but then pardoned by the Missouri governor, all in one single day. So there you go on that story. Of course, Ford did pay for it later. He did get shot later on for being a coward. But, yeah, so that's what I got there. Okay, and then moving on. So April the 4th, we go to 1887, so just 5 years later. And we're going to Springfield, Missouri. And North Springfield. Springfield and North Springfield merged to make one big Springfield. So, there's that. There is a reason why Division Street has its name in Springfield. North Springfield and the city of Springfield were two separate, basically two separate cities, and they became one city. After about 15, well, this says here 15 years, but I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, Division Street had long been the dividing line. On that night, the merger was approved. Residents gathered on the Springfield Square to shoot off fireworks and celebrate. Although Division Street remains there as an effort to remain it. There has been an effort to rename it Union Street to help the new city function in a single entity. So, I mean, being that both cities are now together, they want to call it Union Street. I get it. But that's really cool. That's pretty fascinating. I did not know until reading this that there was a Springfield and a North Springfield. So that is really cool. All right, and then they got another mention for April the 4th as well. We're going back to 2006, and we're going back to St. Louis. A third version of Busch Stadium opens in St. Louis. The game showcased the St. Louis Cardinals minor league affiliates, the Memphis Redbirds, and the Springfield Cardinals. While the St. Louis Cardinals took the field a week later, the very first year of the new stadium, the Cardinals won the World Series. So that's kind of cool too, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a Cardinals fan, but it might be for y'all, as you all can see. But anyway, going on. So April the 5th. So for today's day of history, and I'm all caught up, we're going back to 1921, and we're going to St. James. The citizens of St. James elect the first female mayor of the state. Very cool. 2 years after women in Missouri were finally allowed to vote, just 2 years later, the first female mayor of Missouri was elected in St. James. Mame Ousley, I hope I'm saying that right, Mayme, and then Ousley. She grew up nearby in Elgar Springs, and then moved to St. James after her husband graduated from dental school and set up his practice. Women were highly motivated to vote following the passage of the 19th Amendment, but now they had a woman they could vote for. She won the election by only 8 votes, but made history in the process. So that's really cool too. So there you go. That is your Missouri Day of History. And now I am all caught up, and I'm also all caught up with my video for now. If I do a video tomorrow, whether I do a video tomorrow or Monday, I will have a taste test. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, and then one last reminder, you got to check out these at McDonald's. They're really cool. So there you go. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for y'all for now. So on that note, y'all have a good one. Peace out, and I'll see you on the next video. Actually, I will, before I leave, I will do one tomorrow, because we are going to see the Minecraft movie tomorrow. So I will do a movie review as part of my Into the Dell. So I will do that tomorrow when we get back. So there will be a video at some point tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that for Into the Dell. But yeah, so that's all. But like I said, that's all I got for y'all for now. On that note, y'all have a good one. Peace out, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.